Right, so Luna 1 has completed its orbital task. I've jumped backwards and forwards between those. We've got Luna 1 lander. It's completed its landing task. It's done its thing. It's stayed on the surface for a while. It's targeted landing. It's now got to come back up. We've got Luna 1 there. I think we're just going to let this run forward in time a smidgen. And then what we'll do is we'll come up when that's nearby with the aim of, if it's ahead of us, that's not a problem. There we go. Right. So we're going to put this into, let's actually just see, what is that? That's 40. So 30 would be okay. Okay. I think we're ready. What's my current? Current is 28. I would like to say, what's launching a plane of target going to give us? Minus. Okay, let's try for that. Let's abort that. We're not going to launch in a plane of target. We're going to go for that. We're going to engage that. There we go. RCS can be on. Gear can be up. We're going to burn the rest of this engine. How many ignitions does this have? All right, so we are actually just going to use that a little bit. There we go. Pull it up. And then hopefully, once we get to about 100, it'll start flipping over and aiming for our target there. We may have a problem. There we go. So does that look as though it's going to do that? Possibly. That's the way I would expect it to go, but I might be wrong. This might be a big error here. Right, let's have a look. Are we going to get far? We are using a nice bit of thrust from this that we don't actually need to have used. But yeah, that's an interesting one. So that's gonna die off, and then we're gonna separate stages and go for it, I think. Right, we didn't even pull the ladder up. Whoopsies, forgot to pull the ladder up. Right, this has got 30 odd seconds left. There's a lot to delta V in this stage, actually, isn't there? You forget how much. It seems like an awful lot. How have we got so much delta V in this stage? We're not running fuel out of somewhere else, are we? We've not got hidden fuel reserves that I don't know about, because it feels as though this doesn't seem to be matching. Oh, there we go, and fire that, get rid of that. There we go. Right, that's better. So we should have RCS okay. We should be good. We should be heading for orbit. So our apoapsis is now up at 20. Late failure, uncaught exception. Okay, thrust is off by about 6%. That's not a killer problem for us. What I could do is actually disengage this. Should do that. And then shut down that one as well. Oh, oh dear. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a terrible idea, in fact. Now let's just see if it can correct itself. So what we're doing there is we're actually trying to use the more efficient engine, because I believe this is more efficient. What I should have done is actually just not have those initiate. Those are supposed to be for on-orbit maneuvers. They should have been in a separate stage. However, we tend to use them on launch because it gives us a big push up, but we use the landing stage for launch, so that's a problem. Let's have a look. Let's speedy this up a bit because it's all automated. So let's have a look. What's our inclination? What's it looking like? It's looking as though it's going to be off quite a bit, but then that's not a massive issue for us. We can fix that. Right, okay, so the inclination is not changing much. I would like to do that. Alright, that's gonna do that. I would like to change that to a higher inclination. Let's make it 30. That's gonna be better, is it? Okay, why is that? Right, that's on the target. That's the target, isn't it? I actually want to pull this down to 35. Is that right? Yeah, that's better. That's better, isn't it? 30. Let's make it a bit more. And then, yeah, that looks better. So, need to think about how we're actually doing inclination and things like that. Just keep it on current. That's better. Right, that's nice. I'm happy with that. That's not terrible. We will have an opportunity to fix it. We have the delta V on this thing to actually do the rendezvous if need be. It's not a big issue. Right, we're going to 30-30, so this thing's going to start playing up. When's our point of apoapsis? We are past our apoapsis. That is problematic. However, we can live with that. Let's have a look. How we doing, crew? We are coming... Uh-oh. We are coming down a little bit there. That's not pretty. We're also sort of burning sideways. Why? What is going on there? Oh. Oh, that is terrible. That is a terrible... I need to... There's minus... 35. Wow. Oh, you know what? Just go with the current one. Just get us into orbit, please. Just get us into orbit right now, because this is just getting problematic. We've messed around too much with it, and now we've got problems. Let's just get me into orbit. Get me into orbit. Right, so our inclination is off considerably. Oh, no, it's going down. That's interesting. That is interesting. And now it's going back up again. Oh, well. Right, okay. What would we just do? Oh, no. We wasted far too much delta V there. Uh-oh. How much delta V have we got left in this system? Uh-oh. What's our fuel load? We have quite a bit of stuff. It's just about whether we've got the time to use it. So let's get the speedy up going. Using RCS to get ourselves... You know what it is? Because I'm looking at the target. You know what? I just want to put myself prograde. Turn that, disengage that. Orbital prograde. And then just fire everything. There you go. Just get me into orbit. Flipping heck. Right, so the inclination of this is just completely all over the place. Right. Let's just hope we're going up a bit. When we are going down a bit there, but we're sort of orbital. We're sort of orbital. So this thing has just done it. That is a concern. Right. This thing is in orbit. So now we've got to get this thing to rendezvous with it. And this is then going to put us on a really horrible inclination that doesn't match anything else. Oh, now. Hold on a second. Those aren't too far away. Are they getting closer? No, they are not. No, they are not. Let's go retrograde. This could be a close-ish approach if we did this properly. So let's have a look. Can't believe I'm now firing retrograde. What's that doing to our apoapsis? Pulling down. Okay, we're not getting that close. Okay, so I think we jump across and we get this one to do a little bit of maneuvering to try and get close, and then do stuff and things. I think is what's going to be best. So we're going to turn the RSS off on this. We're going to jump across to a Luna 1, and it's going to try and get a rendezvous. Alright, so here we are with Luna 1. It is, let's just check its power supply and everything like that. It's looking okay. What we're looking for, water's okay. Wastewater's full, obviously. Electric charge, it is full. I'm not sure what, yeah, it's not got a problem with anything really, has it? It's just doing well. We've got water for 2 days, but that will, once we fold the panels in and turn the things on, we'll be doing brilliantly. So, let's have a look. Where's our target? There it is. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Set as target, so that's our close approach there. Give me that one. That's it. The intercept is showing. So, ooh, got one there as well. Hold on a second. That one's actually better. So, let's put a little maneuver here. I want to just bring up the intercept, and let's see if we can play around a bit with this. So let's do a little bit of moving around. Pull that up a bit of this. That's not helping. Oh, actually that is helping. And do a bit of this, a bit of that. We're just going to try and get within a couple of... I don't care how close we get because we're going to zero it pretty quickly. It's going to be 400 meters per second relative speed. This thing has so much delta V on it that I don't really need to worry about that. We've got the ability to do this. Bit of that as well. Do I need to do any of this? That's not going to do much, so we're just going to do a bit of this. That's too far. Go back the other way. All the way. How close did we get? 30, 33 was it? 30, so 30 is as close as we can get playing with this. So the next question I've got is, can I do a bit of that and then a bit more of this? Nope. What about this way? Let's increase that a bit. Nope, that's not helping. So that is as good as it's going to get. So it's going to have to be this. Right, that's as good as it's going to get at that point. Okay. Do I go with that? Do I not? Do we push it? Do I go a bit of this? Nope, that's too much. So it's not doing that. I always thought you could get any rendezvous you wanted. What I am getting is, I've just realized intercept 2 is really close. Right, what's my apoapsis and periapsis? 41, 26. So we could do this. We could do this. It's going to get close-ish there, then it's going to come around and be really close there. And that's going to be better. Okay, we'll do that then. We'll do that. Let's just do that. Make that happen. There we go. I'll take that down to... How far do I want to go with it? Oh, we could do that. I can get it within 500. Can I get it with 4? Can I get it within 300? I know I need to be careful because if anybody has watched another series of mine, oh, actually, has that episode come out yet? I don't know. There's been issues, okay, and to be fair, we've had it on this series as well where there's been issues. We need to be careful, I think is probably the phrase. Right. It would actually be better for me to do the maneuver here, but you know what? We're just going to do it where it is. Right. Get me on the node. Get the RCS on. Now we've got to hope is that this main engine doesn't have a fault. Now we did see a fault with this main engine on the, I don't know what I want to call it, the Death Craft. The craft that had our 3 ex-astronauts on board. That did have a problem. We were aware of that, so yeah, that's the thing. Now this is going to be a quick rendezvous. It has to be quick because we've run out of food and oxygen supplies and things like that. So we're doing this quick. I'm actually going to get the maneuver planner to do it because I can. There we go. Get the maneuver planner up. Execute the next node, please, maneuver planner. There we go. I think you'll find that we're actually past our burn time, but that's fine. We should still get within range. We can always RCS it if we need to. Get a bit clever about it. We're, what, 20 seconds after our burn, but the burn time is 24 seconds. I don't think it's a 24-second burn. With this engine, I suppose it's an 11-minute burn for that much. Ooh, this is interesting. So this is actually going to be like a 2-minute burn when I need to even out the speeds. Need to remember that. Right, we're looking in our left corner at the bottom there, and we can see we are getting intercepts that are getting closer and closer. Interestingly, the first intercept gets closer quicker, and then the second intercept's going to make a comeback, I think, and catch up. Let's have a look. Is it going to do it? It's down to 24 to... Ooh, no. Let's... off. Turn that on, thank you. Right, give me something. Why are we not perfect? That's interesting. Why is that? I suppose that just shows you how badly it was. Let's have a little bit more RCS play, I think. Just checking our inclination and everything. That's bad, that's bad, that's good. And then we'll just fire all of these. There we go. Okay, just do that. Get it down a bit. 9.5. I'm going to speed you up through this. I may speed. No, you know, I'm just going to hold it. So we're trying to just force this. You'll see our apoapsis is okay. Our periapsis is going up. We're at 6 kilometers away. We're predicting a 5 kilometers away. Our periapsis is going up again. We're actually making the orbit more circular, which is quite good. We are going to be doing a big burn just because we've got a plane change involved. And that's always going to be expensive. Right, we're coming in for 1.8, 1.54, 1.3, 1.2, 1.4, 2. A little bit more. Get me to within. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Within 250 is not a problem. Right. I'm going to do the rendezvous planner. I'm going to get the rendezvous planner out. Where are we? Match velocities at closest approach. So it's 420. It's going to take 2 minutes. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Let's, it's going to start the burn in 36 seconds. So let's, right. We haven't had a warp there. That's good. It's not changed our orbital thing. It's not changed our close approach. That's interesting. It doesn't do it around the moon. That is interesting because we've been doing it quite a lot around Kerbin. Have we actually got science running? We do. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. Start burning 32 minutes. We can speed this up a little bit. Let's get ourselves out there. 38. Keep going. I could do warp 2, but I always get paranoid about doing that. We're going to wait until we get about 2 minutes away from burn start, and then we'll let it do its thing and stuff. And what's it? So I'll take it down to about there. And of course, we're going to be in the dark for this because that's how it works for us. There we go. Sort ourselves out and get that there. Right, then we're going to just do execute node. There you go. While we're doing that, let's just check we have power for 1 hour. That's good. What we could do is I'm actually going to retract these. Get them ready and retracted. We're going to turn these on. There we go. Because we can start generating water because we're going to need water. We need to fill our water supplies up. There we go. Okie doke. Yeah, I have started thinking about redesigning this with more water and stuff on. I have actually got another version that's in the VAB right now. It's also got a very different lander. A very different lander, but having seen how our last one deals with taking off the surface, yeah, that might be something I need to think about because I'm not sure we have the Delta V. Although saying that, we were firing all over the place. We were firing at right angles to direction. We were wasting a lot of Delta V, so I think we should be okay. I think we should be okay. Right, we're going to come along. It's gonna freeze it. There we go. And we're going to do a little time warp, are we? No, we're not. We're going to, oh yeah, we are. We're going to do a tiny little time warp. Yeah, I do like this craft. I think it's maneuverable. It's good. It's, you know, just nice craft. Right, so where are we? We're going to go in here. So where is the vessel that I'm trying to align with? That's a question. A bit late. Fire the engines. There we go. Hold on a second. Why are we... Oh, no, it's that one I'm looking at. Second intercept is a long way away. What is going on here? We are on top of it, aren't we? Yep, we are. Okay. And it's not showing me as an intercept or anything. Is that... That's not it. Where is it? It should be above us. Or over here somewhere. I don't see it. Where is it? That's it there. That's our closest approach. How is it so low? How are we so far up? I didn't know we were going to be this far away from it. What happened? What on earth happened? What's that? Why is that landed? Why do I care? What on earth? We're supposed to be matching velocity with it at that point. Are we actually going to be matching velocity with it? I don't know. We're going to have to use a lot of Delta V here. Because we are not close. We are not close at all. This was supposed to be a lot closer than that. It was showing up as closer. Is it because we've time warped and it's actually warped out? When we're looking at our apoapsis periapsis and it has now gone completely different. Wow, that is not what I was expecting. Okay. I guess we're going to have to aim at the target and just get closer. Now it's saying we're not going to have an interaction. That's, I suppose that would be accurate, wouldn't it? Right. So we're going to match velocities, and then what? We're going to be in a different position to it permanently, forever. Right. Yep, we're going to be basically at a slightly different orbital position to it. Let's get closer. Let's not do that, actually. Let us, let's off that. Do that. Give me target. Whoa, we got a bit of a freeze. Are we frozen? Yeah, we are. Right, target me, please. Get me to the target. And then, you know what? Fire my engines. There we go. There we go. And let's see. Let's get us closer. Get me closer. Get me within, I don't know, a kilometer. Something like that. Get me within 2 at least. Then I can see it. There we go. Right. Match velocities at closest approach. Execute it. Right. We're going to swing it round. This is not the efficient way of doing it. It's not efficient at all. In fact, we've now positioned ourselves so we are, if this engine doesn't start, we're hitting the moon. Which would not be a good experience, I don't think. I think we have to admit that that would be a bad plan, in fact. Right, slow it down. There we go. So we've just wasted about 90 meters per second to do that burn. So thank goodness we've got excess on this stage, because that's just silly. That was just a silly maneuver. But I'm in a hurry. Right, where are we? Where is it coming to? So we're going to fire that way, are we? And try and pull ourselves nearby. So it should be above us. That's what I'm thinking. Although actually I suppose we are. Come on, light. Uh-oh. Why are we not lighting? Come on, light. 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 Engage. Fire. Fire the engines. Why are you not firing? Wow. God. The ullage time on that is significant. Let me put it that way. Right. And again, it's showing us as significant. Oh no, I suppose we're now calculating, aren't we? Let's have a look. What's it going to give us? It's taking so long for the ullage situation with that. I would really prefer to use RCS for the fine controls, but we don't have that. Oh, intercept is not bad, actually. Can I? Let's do a bit of that. We can get it really low, actually. Yeah, I think we can. Down to what? Well, it was 300 and then it jumped. Is that other craft actually jumping in its orbit? Because we do seem to be jumping significantly. We were at 300 then, we did a little bit of thrusting, and then all of a sudden we were at not 300. There we go, a bit of that. A little bit of thrusting that way. Gets us within 100. Get us back the other way. Takes us to within 120. And a bit more like that. 190. How close do I want to get? Not too close, it's got solar panels. Right. Let's go forward and get some yeah, there it goes. It's jumped again by 82. Right. So there is a little bit of jumping, but it's oddly enough not on our craft. It's actually on the other craft, which is not what I was expecting, actually. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. There we go. Right, we're going to match velocities at closest approach. Execute that node. Good stuff. So that was the next close one, 0.3. That's 300 meters. We've gone past that. So we're going to do this maneuver here. And hopefully we should be close at that point. Let's have a look. So we should be able to see this craft. There it is. There it is behind us. Wonderful. So we're gonna race to catch up with it. Absolutely superb. Right, there we go. Bit of timey-wimey warpy. Our speed is pretty similar now, so we should actually be able to do this with RCS, actually. The RCS might do this. Might not be enough as well, though. We should really put some bigger RCS ports on this. Right, there we go. It's going to do a tiny burn, isn't it? The tiniest of burns, because this engine is annoyingly annoying. How many ignitions? We've got 46 ignitions remaining. There we go. Perfect. There we go. We are docked. Hooray! Woo! Look at that. Woo! Looks wonderful. Right. Let's do all the stuff and things right now. So we need to. Let's have a look. What's our? Yeah, we're okay for apoapsis periapsis. I was a little concerned because this thing wasn't great. Now I think what we'll do is we will transfer some crew first of all. We'll get them across. We'll transfer the science across, and then we shall think about getting rid of this thing. I don't think it's got the delta V to deorbit. It might actually have with RCS if we do it at the right time, but well, we will see. So yeah, let's get the crew transferred. We have transferred the crew across. We've transferred all of the water that we needed across, or that we had across. We're gonna decouple this. Let's have a look. Oh, don't want to do make primary docking. No, that's a new thing. I've not noticed that before. Let's do this. Let's undock that. There we go. What are we in control of? We're in control of that. We can turn the RCS on. We can do a bit of a reversey thrust. There we go. Wonderful. And then I could actually put that into retrograde. And then we can try and get this thing. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it, I think, is what we need to do. Can we actually get it to crash is the question. That's what we're actually looking for, isn't it? We need it to not be debris in the sense. I mean, we could keep it because it will act as a relay. It has avionics up here, doesn't it? Yeah. It does have a relay component, but it's just annoying. I've already got stuff that's just sitting around in orbit, and I don't need to do it anymore. So we'll just what we'll do is we'll actually speed that up and see if we can just get this done. Let's have a look. Yeah, as long as its periaps drops below 0, we're going to be okay. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll just jump across to the other craft. There we are. Now, we'll make sure these are still running. Let's have a look. Where's the electricity? Electricity. It's on 0, so we're pretty much, we should be okay. Right. So, next thing. We've got to get this thing back from the moon. So let's plot that and get on with it. And of course, the easiest way to do that is using the return from the moon thing, which we're going to go for. It's actually quite interesting seeing just how different those things were. Yeah, we're going to have to think about that in future. I mean, 400 meters per second for a plane change. I don't really see that as being a negative, actually. We might have been better off sending that craft just into any orbit at all. From where it was, gone for a 0, as minimum orbit inclination as possible would have probably been the best thing. But yeah, you live and you learn. So we're going to set that off. We're going to actually, I'm going to execute that node, turn the RCS on, let it do its thing. Our big concern is this engine not actually firing, because this thing has now fired quite a few times. Let's have a look. So it's got a current runtime 0. It's had a total runtime of 203 seconds. I don't think that it's actually got the runtime to use this up. So it's got, no, it has. It's got, actually, we've got 11 minutes. Yeah, it's probably the limit of its runtime, actually, that, isn't it? So I need to think about that if we're actually, if we're changing this craft at all. This needs to be, make sure that it's not too much. What else have we got? We have got ignition chances is still decent, actually. We've not got a big issue with it. What we're looking like for all the other stuff and things, we'll pull that down there for now. What we do need to look at is things like water. Water is perpetual, that's good because we're using an electricity, wonderful. Food, 17 days. Lithium, 17 days. Okay, so we're on the surface. We're around for, we've run 7 days now of time. It does take an awful lot to do that. So I'm wondering whether we uprate these a bit, because these are the 69111 Newton versions. I wonder whether we actually go bigger. I think it might be worth us getting bigger ones of those. These are okay for aligning this. How much we're looking like? Yeah, we've got loads of RCS there, so we could actually make those bigger as well. We could uprate those as well. So that would be from 28 up, and then uprate those as well, just to give us more control with this thing, because particularly when it's got a payload on the front there, we do need a bit of something there. I'm not sure about this setup. I mean, we've actually seen that the XT4 solar panels were providing more than enough electricity. The only issue is if we actually end up in shadow for an extended period of time. That's unlikely to happen. We could strip out this, because that's literally a liquid oxygen tank, that we could take this whole section out and just replace it with stored food, oxygen, water, and so forth. That would be a good thing, I think. But I don't know. That there's many options we could do with this craft. What we could do is speed up this burn a little bit. There we go. Get it going until we get to the point where we're actually departing. We have the 3 crew. We've got the science. What's this craft actually? So this craft says it's got 26 science that it's done so far. That's interesting. We haven't done anything with that. Those are all waiting. Okay, that's cool. I'd love to know what that science was that it's completed actually. I've got Dieter, the pilot of the command module, has not done much in the way of science, anything. He's been in orbit now for 3 days while everybody's been doing stuff. He has, however, I hope, they've completed that mission, and the single crew mission is just on for return home. So we're going to get 2 missions out of this. We've got 1,000 science to spend. Actually, I need to think of spending that. Right, let's go and have a look at just where we are in relation to the old Earth. Nope, come on. Come on. Oh, we're doing that freezy thing that we do get now. We do still get quite a bit of the freeziness. Right, I want to do that. Right, where's my periaps? Right. So you know what? Let's try a little bit of RCS. No, it would help if I turned it on and didn't turn it off. There we go. Do a little bit of RCS. And what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of speedy uppy. So I'm just giving it a little push forward. We're going to put this on prograde. There we go. It's going to hold it on prograde for me. There we go. Right. And then that should just bring us down. What's it doing to the time? It's shortening the time. Okay. We'll make that go quicker. There we go. And I will just get this done. So I will do this and I shall rejoin you upon return. Oh, look. We've got Teal-2 probe. We've got the Hardy Dog probe. What's that doing there? And we've got the Leela-2 probe. And we've got the Dog 3D probe. Right. I think there's a few things around Earth we need to get rid of, isn't there? What's that there? Luna-1 probe. Yeah, we need to clean that up. So we're just coming back to the Earth. We're actually passing over the North Pole here. You've got the Aurora Borealis here. You've got the North Pole there with an odd, interesting, I don't know if it'll come up on YouTube's compression. We've got an interesting ziggy-zaggy line there to a little cross. It might be where the buried treasure is. You can see here some cities. Is that America? I'm assuming that's America, and this is Asia, possibly. I don't know. I don't know what it is actually. That's I mean, somebody else is probably very knowledgeable about the structure of the North Pole region. That could be Europe actually. Thinking about it, that could be Europe, Asia, America around here. Then you got Russia there. So yeah, we're coming back down. Lovely view, I thought. Just a lovely picture. But anyway, let's get this thing back. Let's get the crew down. Let's do all those things. So we're quite a way up still. We have a periaps of 60 kilometers. So you know, I brought it down to there, and then we brought it through the sphere of influence change and all that sort of stuff. We're crossing a very strong radiation belt. Oh dear. We haven't actually checked the crew's health on this one, have we? Radiation 1%, stress 22, 17. So being in orbit has actually cost a bit of stress there. That's a little concerning. Oh yeah, we're on the radiation. We're going through the radiation belt. I'm going to slow this down while I'm thinking, because actually that stress level is a little bit worryingly high thinking about it. If we put a crew, so we've got a mission while I'm wasting time while we approach the atmosphere. Where's the mission? So lunar landing, you've got to put the outpost on the move for 30 days. You're going to have 2 crew on board. And then afterwards, you've got to bring it back. But it's 30 days. So if we leave somebody up in orbit, I'm not sure they're going to manage it. because that stress is a lot different. We're looking at, what, 5% more stress after 2 days. That's the difference. 2 days is 5% stress on your own. So I think we have to send an uncrewed carrier. I think we have to send the crew down and leave the orbital craft empty. So it's going to be a two crew mission. I think that's going to have to be the case. I suppose that means we don't have a problem with water then. Yeah, that is interesting. I had not thought about that. Long-term duration on the surface is going to take that sort of time. All right, we're going to put ourselves in the normal. Where are we? Normal. There we go. Turn the RCS on. There we go. We're putting ourselves in normal so that I can actually, jettison stuff and things this time in a proper controlled manner, as opposed to what we've done in the past, which has just been a mess, hasn't it? There we go. So there we go. We're going to do that. We're going to, you know what? Just because I can, I'm going to extend these. I mean, if we were clever, we'd actually attach those to this pod and then hope that they came back through the atmosphere. It'd be an interesting little test, that actually. We might try that because they're worth a bit of money. Anyway, we're going to get rid of them this time. There we go. Have we? No, we haven't staged. Right, do it again. There we go. That's the wrong thing. I don't want to be attached to you. There we go. That's what I want to be attached to. That's because we were controlling from the docking port, wasn't it? Right, we're going to let that go. We should have supplies for all sorts of stuff. There we go. Everything's switched on. We have access to everything. Wonderful. I do like this, actually. This decoupler looks just cool with the little bit on the side there, just to allow stuff to go. Does it match up? Is there a port on this side? There is. Oh, yeah, there is. There is. Look at that. There you go. There's the port where all of the food gets shoveled through. It's obviously some sort of goop that they eat. Because, I think we keep all the food on there, don't we? Okay. All right. I suppose we should arm parachutes. Oh. Well, that's going to be a problem. We'll just arm them manually. There we go. So you haven't got it set up on action groups properly. Have to fix that. And I think we're about ready. So we're gonna put this into surface minus, execute it. There we go. Of course, it's now going to swing around a center of mass it doesn't actually have. We'll click the roll on. There we go. Fix that. Wunderbar. And then I think we're ready to go. Yeah, I think we're ready to re-enter. So if we just speed it up a bit. There we go. We'll get rid of the craft there. We can watch it come in. We'll maybe see it burn up, actually. It's going to hit the atmosphere any second now, isn't it? There we go. I should have set that to actually orientate itself again. That would be quite funny to see it come in. But seeing it like that, it's cool. It'll be interesting. It should rotate around unless we've got the orientation control turn on, then it'll fight against it. Could also have used that to slow down. I have not used the engine to slow down this time because I want to actually see how we do with this. So I'm going to pop this over here and we're going to have another look at the descent mode. Descent mode on. There we go. That's what I want. That is good for us. I want to be on surface, which is nice. Oh, here we go. It's now catching. Is it going to... It isn't going to hit us, is it? We should have got more of a push away from it, I think. Oh, hello. Hello. That's a wonderful view you get to that, isn't it? Oh. Uh-oh. Nothing's going to hit us, are they? I hope not. Right, okay. Right, let's have a look. We are down at 80. We are lifting our periaps, so I'm actually going to turn off descent mode for a little bit. There we go. Just let us get into the rough stuff. Get to about 70, then we'll turn on descent mode again. Right, here we go. Coming in. Not the best view, is it? Can we do that? That's better. Right. We are at normal speed, aren't we? Yeah, it just feels like it's going really fast. Right, descent mode on. There we go. Hold me in this altitude, please. I don't want to go too deep. Good. Time is 30 seconds. You know what? I need to go deeper. I should actually keep an eye on our ablator. Wow, we have a lot of ablator being used up. Okay. I believe normally we fire the engines on return, so this is actually probably going to be the heaviest return we've done. I'm going to let it go further into the atmosphere. I don't want to lift. We'll hold off on descent mode until we're a little deeper. Or until we're actually... I could actually do it the other way, couldn't I? I could actually pull it back. Let's see, time to apoapsis is 1:30, total orbital period 3. I think we've got enough electricity, fuel and all that to do that, have we? Well, if not, we've got a problem. Let's have a look. We are now past the time of caring, so we could actually use descent mode to pull us down. We are gonna, I think we're gonna come up a bit and then go back down again, which is not a problem. I don't mind that. You can see 2.2 million meters, which is about 2,000 or 1,400 kilometers up. We're going to go about 1,000 kilometers up. Now we're in the 900s, so we're gonna be okay. And once we get to definite, we're going to wait until we get to here, and then that's good. Right, we're in. Okay, in fact, pretty easy actually. That wasn't it. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So we actually went straight in. We didn't even use descent mode. We didn't have a high deceleration. We probably will when we start to dip down again. We will see. I think we probably got it right. So about 60 interface is actually quite nice for the moon return from this, even without any sort of support. What I could do now is, we've got an awful lot of speed. So we lost about 2,000, almost 3,000 meters per second there in that maneuver. G-force didn't get too high. So we're about to hit the apoapsis. And as we start coming back down, there we go. We're going to put descent mode on. Perfect. Thank you. And let's just check. We have a little bit of that. We'll turn off the RCS. We'll let descent mode take control. If we start to roll out, we'll deal with it. But it should be okay. So we're now going to just do this, and it's gonna increase our time to apoapsis. How exciting! And we're going to just kill off speed, and I think that is probably going to be us all the way down, isn't it? Yeah, look at that, 6,000. I think once you're below 5,000, at this sort of altitude, you're pretty safe. There we go. And we're now going to come down again. So we're doing a little bit of a hop skip by doing that little descent mode trick. We put a little bit of descent mode in, it lifted us up. We're going to stay in this area for a little bit just to take some of the heat out. Well, not take the heat out, but take some of the sting out of it, shall we say. We'll just we'll bleed off a little bit of speed here. It takes us below 6,000. Then we're going to dip back down again, and it's going to start taking more of that horizontal speed off, and hopefully we should be okay with that. We could knock descent mode off, but I'm going to leave it on until we've actually slowed down now. Here we go, we're coming in again. RCS is still not on. We're stable, it's good. We don't need to worry about it. We're not rolling left or right. If we did, I'd put the RCS on and I'd probably manually roll it. Probably be easier. And I think, let's have a look. It's been a long re-entry path, isn't it? Where are we going to come down? Wonder what that island is. Anybody know what that island is? Any ideas? I mean, it's in the middle of an ocean. Ascension Island? Yeah, let's consider it Ascension Island, and we're in the Atlantic. I don't think we are in the Atlantic, actually. This is probably not the Atlantic. I'm going to guess it's the Pacific. Oh no, we came over the North Pole. Yeah, actually, by the time we get to here, this could be the Pacific. It could be some Tuvalu and yeah, look, there's multiple. So it could be Tuvalu and things like that in the Pacific. It could be Hawaii. I don't think it is. Another chain there of the old island chains, obviously from volcanoes. So probably Pacific. I was going to say Pacific Rim. Ooh, bit of land there. I wonder what that is. That's probably where the people live, where the people are actually yeah, that's the thing. Big country there. Let's just have a look on the map. Where are we? What am I next to? Well, we're in the dark, are we? Actually, where am I? What am I? Oh, you know what? It would help if you focused on the actual pod. Right, okay, where? Oh, that was New Zealand, was it? That's New Zealand. Oh, no, it's not. It's Indonesia. Indonesia. Okay. Right, where are we actually before we do anything stupid like crash? We have got the armed parachutes. That's good. We can turn off descent mode. We can do that. We can turn the RCSs off. We should really dump all of the fuel because we don't want it going off. How much did we have left? We had a big proportion left, so this thing doesn't need any more fuel on top of it. We always lock it away so that it's available. And that's going to be done, I think. So I'm going to get this thing down. Yeah, you've seen this before. Get this crew down, and I shall see you back at base. Right, so we are now back at base, and we can see that the crew of Helena, Ina, and Dieter Hoffman have they've gone. They're not retired. They've gone for a little holiday for a little bit. So they've gone for a holiday for. Let me just work this out. 2 months. 2 months after going to the moon. I think that's allowed, isn't it? We have got. Let's have a look. Deep surface sample. We got. Oh, we didn't get a full one. Now that's interesting. So here's a little interesting fact for you. It's 45 science, and we actually had the crew out. We put both crew out, and they were both doing this. So they both got samples. Interestingly, it seems as though those samples have overwritten each other when they've gone back in. So we didn't get it. That's interesting. We only got half of that. Yeah, so I actually put both crew out onto the surface because deep surface sample takes like X amount of time, and it's quite a long time. Took both crew out, did both of them at the same time. They both had more than half. They had more than 23. Put them back in the craft, and obviously you can see only one of them is counted. How interesting. But then it says science recovered 48.9 credits. That's strange. Which 48.5, which would be that. So it's like they did that twice. I wonder if that's what's happened. I'll have to have a look at that at some point. We may already have that science. We got 40 from that. And we got some funds back. And of course we got our crew back who are now level 2. I'm not sure how that helps us. And we got some seven things to spend. So let's think. Do I want to? We got 2 days on that. We got a lot of days on that. We've spent a lot in the VAB. But I like spending in the VAB because I want to go quicker. We're in 1980. We've now been to the moon a couple of times. We've done some interesting stuff. We're just going to keep popping that up a bit. Yeah, that's okay. And then I'm going to put a bit more into there. There we go. So let's actually look at what contracts we've completed. We've completed lunar landing and sample return. Uncrewed. Did we? Hold on a second. It's given me it. Oh, but it wasn't crewed. It was crewed. Oh, is that because... Oh, that's annoying. So we do actually have a craft on the surface of the moon we need to return with some samples. But because we brought some samples back, that's counted. That's annoying. Okay. Crewed targeted landing, got that. Happy with that. And single crewed orbit, done that. So we're about 7 million. What have we got mission-wise? Let's have Ceres orbit. Do I need a new vessel? I don't think I do. We'll have that. Vesta orbit. Do I need a new vessel? Maximum periaps. I'm happy with that. There we go. Is there anything else that I need? Ceres, Callisto. No, there's no landing ones, are there? Rover. Lots and lots of rovers now, isn't it? Mars sample return. Flyby. Ooh. Because we've done the targeted... Oh, lunar space station. I think... Oh, this is getting interesting now. So because we did that targeted landing, we've now got this, which I think is really interesting. To have space station locked behind targeted landing is quite interesting. To have crewed flyby of all this. Mars landing crewed. Wow. Oh, these are biggies. Phobos landing. Oh, that'd be a nice one, actually. Which one's more money? So Phobos is actually less money. That's quite interesting. Orbit Mars crewed and flyby crewed. So you can get an awful lot of funds for these. That is interesting. What else have we got? Farside landing uncrewed. That's a rover uncrewed. Let's not even talk about that. Yeah. Land at the Alpha site. West incomplete. How? I thought we did that. Are we in the middle of doing that? Oh, did the rover break? I don't know. I give up. I thought we'd done that. Anyway. Crewed moon landing and rover export. Ooh, this looks interesting. So, design and launch a spacecraft that at least one crew member to land on the moon. This will be a targeted landing near a randomly generated waypoint. We will also require you to take a crewed rover to explore an additional 2 waypoints. Once you've explored the waypoints, return safely to Earth. So land near or around site Alpha, visit site Beta, 17 Charlie, collect samples, and they give us a year to do that. Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening for that fund. We could do another single crewed orbit. We could do another targeted crewed landing. I mean, that's actually better than the rover one. The rover one is pretty rubbish. Unless, can you do them together? I don't know. We'll have to have a look. We might think about that. I'm really interested in the lunar space station. So let's have a look at this. Launch a space station into lunar orbit with a crew in it for a month. Okay. The station must include at least one docking port and support at least 4 crew. Put the station into orbit. Launch a new station. Okay. Space for at least 4 crew, yes. But have at least one docking port. Reach orbit with a periselene or greater than 60 kilometers in aposelene, less than 1,000. Okay, so you're basically looking at quite a high orbit there. Could you get from the surface to that orbit and then do a rendezvous? That's a question, isn't it? Yeah, we'd have to redesign our craft that were coming up if we started using a station as a midway point, but it would be a good idea. Bring at least 2 crew at the station. Keep at least 2 crew at the station for 30 days. Have at least 2 crew members on board. Return the crew home. Vessel crew capsule moon. Have at least 2 crew members on board. Return safely. Keep the station in orbit. I like that. You get 5 years to do it. I think we're going to take that. I like that a lot. We've got a vessel that could go there and could dock. We know we can get them into the same plane. We could combine it with a targeted landing. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. And I was considering, we have actually got a craft coming up that basically is a habitation unit. And it's going to be possible to land for 40 days. So I think maybe we look at building a space station there as well. We're going to leave this for now and just do some of the other stuff first. But that, I think, is going to be our long-term goal. As is, I think, either a Mars or a Phobos landing and a flyby of Venus. That'd be very much an Apollo applications mission, wouldn't it? I don't know what the fly back from Venus is like if you do that, though, because I don't want my crew stuck in interplanetary space for, a decade. So we need to think about that. I'll have to look up. I'm going to have to do some reading. I'm going to read up on how to go from Venus flyby back to Earth. That would be is that something that's easy to do? We'll have a look. From me until next time, have a great one.